And welcome to RaceTalk Live ShopTalk. Tonight the guests are Billy McBride to my left, and to his left is none other than Tommy Fose. Great night tonight. Not so bad in the shop here, Bobby. It's not as cold as it has been.
It's not too bad.
No.
I'm going to leave my coat on for a while, though. You guys are a little tougher than me, I think.
That's right. Don't you forget it. You guys are going to have to share this microphone. There you go. It's turned on, fellas. Appreciate it. Listen. New banner tonight, courtesy of Michael L. Hill over at Hill Job Graphics.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
That's
pretty cool.
Bad. I like it.
Good job. Anybody
good
looking
stuff.
for a banner,
go see him.
get a hold of Mike. Yeah, he does a fine job. Thanks, Mike.
He did
You
supply
bet.
us with an adult beverage or two for after the show, but you're limited. He said you only get you're limited. Bobby, what do you got?
Hey, you know what? It's time of the year that all the tracks are having all their banquets go on, and supporting or congratulating all the points champions and all that. And I got a few tracks here that actually Jessica did a little work for me this afternoon.
Oh.
So I'd like to go through some of this. Salina had their banquet here a couple weeks ago, and in the sport compact class, Michael Smith was the points champion there, and in the mini stocks, Stacy Huffman. In the hobby stocks, Mike Treskowski. In the street stocks, Tony Stinson. Sport mods, Austin Carter and Mike Petersilly in the modifieds. So big congratulations to all them guys. And
It was a good time. It was a great banquet.
also in the I got to finish. We got some more classes in the mod lights. Justin Kinnerconnect and late models Delbert Smith. That was all over here on the side. Also, Salina Speedway gave away a couple of motors, which was a pretty good. You know, you see a lot of points funds go on, and a lot of times you never really see any of that. But Tommy came through with the 2 crate motors. Nate Janest won the 602 crate. Congratulations to him. And Corey Birch is going to take home a 604 crate. So congratulations to him also. That's a pretty big deal for a points deal.
Yeah,
Yep.
look, a 604 crate engine's $5,500.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's a decent gift.
Yep,
and
it's a pretty
and the
neat deal.
602 is $3,800, right?
Yep, somewhere around there.
So that's some big bucks being paid.
It was definitely
back.
worth it. The way you became eligible was for you couldn't miss more than one night for the whole year. So it was a pretty good deal for everybody, especially Nate and Corey.
Yeah.
RPM Speedway also had their banquet, and in the sport compacts, Art Herzog won the points out there. Sport mods was Tyler Fry. Hobbies was Adam Armstrong. In the stock cars, Jeff Tubbs. And in the modifieds, Dylan Sherfick. And Thunder Hill in the sport compacts was Austin Umscheid. And in the hobbies was Travis Berger. Stock cars, Marvin Griffith Jr. Sport mods, Jeremy Pitzenberger. In the modifieds, Matt Stahlbaumer. So congratulations to them guys. And one more, Walkini Speedway. In the modifieds, Kyle Roletter. Sport mods, Blaine Walt. In the stock cars, Jeff Tubbs. Hobbies was Cody Graham. And sport compacts was Kiowa Higdon. So once again, congratulations to all them guys. And
How many of those did you attend?
the banquet's just the one.
Just Salina
Just
Speedways?
Salina, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't make it out to Hayes.
I thought you'd go to Hayes or Joaquini's.
I
wasn't
know
sure.
we some things came up and couldn't make it out to RPMs, but they always put on a good banquet. Did you guys get to go? Did you go? Neither one of you went? Okay. But yeah, they always put on a good banquet out there. And,
Yeah.
And I know Thunder Hill had a good one.
Yep.
There, I'm sure it was at the casino again.
Oh, yeah, at the casino
that's
again.
always a good
That's
time.
a good time, yeah.
So maybe next year.
I didn't make it to Thunder Hills this year. Maybe next year I'll
Yep.
head over there. It's a good
Yep.
time.
And hopefully maybe we'll be reading one of you guys' names on top of that list, huh?
Yeah. Guys, thanks a lot for taking time out of your evening to come out here to the thriving metropolis of New Cambria and join us here for Shop Talk. Kind of been a fun experience with this thing this winter.
Yeah, it has been. And like you say, thanks again for the guys coming out. Kind of start off the questions by, I'd kind of like to, I don't know Tommy all that well. I know your dad, but I haven't really got to visit with you any, so kind of like to hear how you got started and how many years you've been racing, and let's hear about Tommy Fose.
Man, obviously I got started with my old man racing. 3-4 years maybe.
Okay.
Attempting to race.
Attempting to race.
Haven't
Okay.
quite got it down yet.
Okay.
Not enough talent. My old man didn't give me any of that.
Okay. How's your dad doing? Let's go there. Is he doing all right?
Yeah.
Is the foot healing up? Okay.
Oh, little by little.
Is he back to work yet?
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna keep him down.
Okay. Tommy's dad, John, was in a bad wreck. We're at Joaquini Hayes.
Oh, Goodland.
Goodland, out in Goodland. Okay, that's right, Goodland. Yep.
Which, by the way, ended his racing career.
Yep.
By the way, yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
If he told me I need to gain a few more pounds, he'll squeeze in my seat.
So you race the IMCA hobby stock.
Yeah.
Are you happy there? What do you want to do?
Oh, I got to get enough talent to move up first. You know.
Who builds your race cars?
Brandon Johnson
Okay.
up there in Beatrice, Nebraska.
Okay.
Good car for me.
You like it?
Yeah.
Tell me about the paint scheme.
Which one?
They're pretty bizarre.
They got to be different.
They are.
You know, even if you run out the back of the pack, you got to have the little kids pointing at it saying, it's a good-looking car.
So what's going to be a successful season for you?
Win more than twice.
Win more than twice?
Yeah.
Got 2 wins, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, win somewhere else besides here, but
We-
that
we-
dry slick, that's hard for me.
You don't like dry slick?
No.
Why not?
Too much talent.
Too much time. Oh, Tommy.
I had donations outside the house. My old man hasn't sent me none.
He hasn't?
No. I'll try it.
Here, I got a question for you. You know, another hobby stock driver that I know you're good friends with, Tony Slothauer. You guys took a little trip to Iowa and did a little racing together, and I know the competition in Iowa is pretty tough. Did you go there to learn some stuff? Did you learn anything? I know, you can come back with some stuff like that when you go on trips like that.
Yeah, it was fun. I tried to learn a lot up there. Mr. Songer made me take it easy on his son the first race, so it kind of cost me. Tony ran really well there. He's a pretty good driver himself. I blame mine on the sunset. I couldn't see.
Couldn't see?
No, going down the back stretch. I went in the corner, come out last, and drove up over somebody's hood.
Over somebody's hood?
Or trunk lid, sorry. And I just went to the pits. That was enough for me.
Had enough.
Yeah, I didn't want to tear anybody up.
So where'd you go race at?
We stopped at Eagle, Nebraska
Okay.
on Saturday, and that's an excellent place. We'll go back there, and then Stewart, Iowa.
So the track must run, if the sun got in your eyes, the track must run, how's it lay out?
Well, I don't know. I was so lost up there.
Are the straightaways east and west
Yeah,
then?
yeah, I believe so.
Must be if
yeah.
it got in your eyes.
And
Okay.
just when they started, I was locked in to make it to the show, and as normal, and stepped on my dinghy a little bit.
Hey, it happens. It makes for an interesting story
Yeah.
later on, right?
Yeah, well, for Tony did. He had all the bragging rights coming home.
Did he make you drive on the way home?
No, he drove. I couldn't stay awake.
What do you do full time though to afford this thing?
I'm an electrician, but I got a very good sponsor. Mom and Dad helped me out a ton, and then Julie Slade over there at the Farmers Ranchers Cafe.
Oh
Puts
yeah,
a lot of.
yeah. Julie's a pretty good gal.
Yep. Her and Danny, they help quite a bit.
Good.
Yeah.
Got to have them.
Got to.
I mean, there's one behind us here that he's looking for some sponsors. So, no, behind us.
Oh.
So you can't do it without them.
No, I can't. I don't even think I could do a sport compact. Coyote hunt in the winter and then try to race in the summer. It's without them, I wouldn't race. I'd
Yep.
just be grandstanding.
Sure.
So let's talk to Billy a little bit. Billy, what do you think? You kind of got into this hobby stock class here kind of full-time last year. You did quite a bit of racing, didn't you?
Yeah, I ran quite a bit. I was fortunate enough that Gary Wayne and Bill asked me to drive a car for them, or I would have just been helping them still and working on them. And I mean, I've drove a bunch of different cars, so I don't know. They were a lot of fun.
Are they?
Yeah.
You know.
The only other car I had more fun in was my Super Stock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're easier to drive. Don't have as much stuff to change on them as I did when I drove the modified. Those are pretty complicated in itself.
You know, we lost some people here. Of course, Richard Fairchild passed away.
Yep.
Lonnie Smith, and you lost a really good friend of your race team, Bill Wolford.
He's a super guy.
He was.
He always took care of everybody. He helped a lot of other guys besides just the guys that drove for him. He would always be there if you needed something. Just call and ask him. If he had it, he'd probably give it to you. He'd borrow it.
How tough is that going to be for your team to go on?
I own up my hobby now. I bought that from him. Well, I traded my old modified for it, and I believe Gary Wayne's going to drive for Kevin Good, which him and Bill had kind of got together on the sport mod deal there at the end of the year, and I think he just kind of took it all over for him. And
that's good.
That's good.
So
I was worried about that.
Oh, Bill. I always liked seeing Bill. He'd always ride around in the golf cart, sitting on the passenger seat. He'd drive around in that thing.
He always
put a lot of miles on it.
Someone to drive. He
Yep.
would not drive it. It didn't matter what was going on. Someone was driving it.
Yeah, we're going to miss old Bill.
Yeah, we are. He's a good guy. You know, one of the good ones, and would do anything for almost anybody.
Yeah, I remember him telling me that, you know, he went along there so many years kind of supporting the race team himself, and he was so excited that he had a partner come along, and that must have been the
Kevin come in this year, and he really helped them when we had both the hobbies going. He was sponsoring both of them, and then him and Kevin went in on that sport mod and whatever they did.
Yeah.
What about that sprint car? Where's it at?
Which one?
Oh, there's a couple of them.
There's he's got 2 old sprint cars, and then he's got old super modified, and as far as I know, Barb's keeping them all.
Really?
The one car is hers, the 6 car, which is the one that old Johnson used to drive, and then Shelby Stinson drove it some, and the other car I can't remember who drove the 4 car, and then the super mod that.
That's too to keep them things going.
Yeah, and they actually got a 4th one that's not put together yet.
Oh, really?
They got one that Gary Lee Meyer drove.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You know, Billy, you've been involved in racing for a long time. How many years do you think you've been around this thing?
I've been trying to attempt to drive for almost 10 years now, but I've been around racing since the late 80s, somewhere in there. Back when I was a kid and I sold pop and popcorn in the grandstands at Salina Speedway. So I've been around quite a while.
And we have something in common, because I retired, but I think I might be coming out of retirement. You took my number.
Well, it's just the number I always wore when I played sports, and it just kind of meant a lot to me because it's the same year my mom and dad graduated high school, so I wore it when I played football, so I just kind of stuck with it. But you don't have to worry about that. I got a new number now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What do you got now?
I think we're going to stick with the T1X this year.
T1X.
Kind of had a little bit better luck with it, so I'll just keep trying it for a while.
Okay. What's your plans for the summer? Are you going to,
Right
of course,
now,
run Salina and
I'm going to run Salina. I might go out to
Hayes?
some.
Okay.
My family wants me to go to Topeka. I hate driving down there, but I might have to go down there. They got a lot of family members that live there. So
Okay.
Where would you go if you went to Topeka?
Thunder Hill.
Thunder Hill?
Yeah. Okay.
I've ran there before. It's a fun track.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's a fun track.
Used to know the guy that owned it previously before Concretes, and we called him one time when we had the Super Stock and asked if we could bring it down. He said, You bring it down, don't run in the top 4, and don't take the hood off.
Okay.
I said, okay.
All right.
Then we get there, and they made us go completely through tech. And I was like, well, I guess we're going to load this one up and go back home. And they let us run. Didn't even
Really?
say nothing.
Really?
Really? Okay.
Running in a 2-barrel class with a 4-barrel and a 4-link car. I was like,
Where'd you finish?
I
5th?
well, I started at the back of my heat, and I drove up to 3rd or 2nd, and they'd got a bunch of rain the night before, and the turn 1 wall used to leak and run down the racetrack.
Yep.
And I got up in the water and spun it out, so I went clear to the back. Started at the back of the B, drove up to 2nd in it, and then I was up to 2nd in A, and I threw a drive shaft.
Nuts.
Nuts. You weren't supposed to finish in the top 4. What were you doing in second?
I figured I'd take my chances till
Yeah.
the last lap.
Damn racers anyhow. No, you can't tell them nothing, can you?
Hey, you can always drop back on the last lap.
Unless somebody's right behind you and then they drop into you.
No, you just pull up on the high side and let them go by.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Well, you had to finish somewhere, so you get money. They were one of those tracks that you don't finish, you don't get no paycheck, so you got to be up there a ways. Try
Yep.
to stay out of the wrecks.
They always treated me well. When Henry had it, I'd raced up there a bit and broke a spool in the rear end one night, and he actually did tell me. He said, if you can take a couple of green flag laps, I'll pay you. He said, but I got to have you start the race. But he's a good guy.
And I kind of had an advantage on maybe not getting disqualified because that was my dad's childhood best friend. So we kind of figured he may not do too bad, but he said he'd tell us whether we could come back again or not, and we just never went back. Take chances and make everybody mad.
So, Tommy, you did a little bit of traveling last summer. Plans for this summer? What do you got?
Yeah, as long as the pocketbook's got a little green in it, I'll probably try to go to Dodge. Colby redid their track, and I'll probably try to head out there. And then I think Tony and I are going to go back to Eagle and probably up to Stewart again, try that again, see if I can finish.
New car this year or the same one?
No, same one. Brian Riviera gave me a car for new body, so I stripped it all down and put it on. So it'll look good for a lap until that
For a lap.
T1X.
Do that T1X get
Yeah,
you?
you know how he is.
Yeah.
I seen him off the start a few times, facing me.
Facing you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of these guys you can't tell whether it's the T1X or the X1T.
I thought he was trick-or-treating because he held his hand out, but I didn't have nothing for him when I went by.
Tommy used to always give me crap and say, I don't understand how you can drive that thing sideways down the back straightaway with tires spinning and still make it in the corner. I did it somehow.
I don't know. Watch on the end car, he spins the tires all the way down the straightaway, and right before he gets in, they catch, and he gets in the corner.
It must be that illegal crate motor.
Probably.
There you go. Somebody's going to have to pull the hood on that thing and check it out, huh?
They can check it. It ain't never had a seal broke on it.
That's what they all say.
That's
what
right.
they all
Everybody
say.
says
I
that.
guess it's a good thing because it's the last year for it because it don't have the cable seals on it.
Oh, so you're going to be done with it this year, huh?
Yep. Well, it's probably got around 130 or 140 shows on it. So
You like that crate motor?
I mean, I've drove a lot of other things that didn't have crate motors, but I've never had a 2-barrel with a crate motor or a 2-barrel on anything really. So I can't really tell you the difference.
Okay.
Other than the maintenance is easy. You don't
Yeah.
have to do nothing to them.
What about you, Tommy? What do you got in yours?
Crate.
Crate?
Yeah, talentless crate, man.
Talentless crate?
I couldn't make it with the big
You're
motor.
too hard on
I'm
yourself, man.
dishonest. I'm dishonest. I had big motor in there. I'm good at on a heavy track. That's it. Yeah, it helped me on the slick track. I finished better. Just not. I got the one.
What's your dad tell you?
Use that.
Do you listen to him?
Until I think it's go time. You know.
Which is when the green flag drops?
Yeah. Yeah. I just need him up by the fence pointing at his melon all the time, I think. I know he ain't pointing at his hair. So
Oh, my God. What does go through your mind? You're strapped in the race car. You're going down the back stretch. You're coming around to the green flag to go for the A feature. What are you thinking? You're checking the guys out around you, see who's there, where you're going to go? What are you thinking?
don't wad it up. See who's sideways.
Well, that'd be Billy.
Most generally. But I know by the time I get to 3, he's going up instead of going left, so I can get going then.
What are you thinking, Billy, when you're going down the backstretch? Tightening up the belts, getting ready to go.
The main thing on the first lap, you just got to try to make it all the way back around without getting in a wreck somewhere. I mean, there's always guys that are going to do something crazy. I mean, there's a few of them that you don't know if they're going which way they're going.
That brings up a little bit of a point I got to ask. Being both of you are in the same class, back when Curtis Peel drove in the hobby stock class, we were at Minneapolis one night, and he went down the front straightaway and went into the corner. And to me, it looked like he just drove right into a wreck. And I asked him, I says, Curtis, are you like looking, far enough ahead, because the cars are getting out of control and stuff? And he says, yeah. He says, but they look like that way every lap. He says, so how do you know, when they're going to wreck or not? So is the hobby stock class is pretty crazy sometimes, isn't it?
They start at least 20 of you guys, don't you? There's always a full field of cars, so there's 20 or 22 in your A feature, so there's plenty of you.
Yeah, especially when the scrap prices are high. I mean, somebody always wants to take a part of it home. Yeah. As far as the wreck thing, my old man told me to look 4 cars ahead. Yep. He says you'll miss right in front of you. He says you need to watch 4 cars up.
Yeah, it's tough to learn. Everybody has their own thing about it, but when I'd come out of 2, I'd look down the straightaway all the way into 3, and same thing coming out of 4. I'd look all the way down into 1 to see what was going on. Didn't always pay off for me, but that's what I tried to do.
I couldn't do that when I first started. When I'd try to pull a tear off coming out of the corner, and I'd get my car linked out, and I'd have to go white knuckle the steering wheel. I was scared to death I was going to run into somebody. And then once I started pulling them, I was pulling the whole rack off, so I'd put them cheater tabs on so I could feel the big circles. Now it's no problem, but I was just more scared to run into somebody and cause a wreck when I first started, so I just started in the back.
Now it doesn't matter. You'll run into anybody.
I do. If you ain't going to move, it's time to go.
Kenny Fuller used to tell me, and he says it to this day, you get 2 love taps and then a hate hit.
Sometimes I
Or
have
is this the
patience for
first one,
2.
the hate hit?
No, because that's when I tear stuff up. I hit them once, and then if they don't move, then I push the issue a little more. My old man ain't built me a bumper yet strong enough.
What about you, Billy? You believe in that theory? 2 love taps and a hate hit, or just use this whole side of the body of the car?
Nah,
I
usually give them a couple of hits, but before I get too aggressive. But if I can't get them out of the way, I'll just shove them into the corner and make them go to the top. But
oh my God! You guys have to race this season. You know that, right?
The car I had last year had such heavy bumpers on it. No matter what you did. The previous driver, he thought the bigger the bumper, the better it was, because he liked to use them up quite a bit.
I drove a hobby stock for a short time. It was one of Scott Granzella's cars. It was a Ford. Oh my God, that thing was a tank. You could use that bumper on somebody, and you wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah. I mean, the bumpers that I cut off of my car this year, they're crazy. I was like, I'm not running these again. Because you can hit them and not feel anything.
Okay. The one particular night I remember about Tommy Fose.
Uh-oh.
The night you was racing with Tony Slothauer, and you guys were battling out. You went down the back straightaway. Sparks were flying. You dove inside the tires and bounced off of his door, and I don't know if he turned into. Yeah, tell us about that. You remember that race? Yeah. And then you guys were out chest bumping each other afterwards. That must have been a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
The chest bumping or the racing?
Well, the guy up in the crow's nest needs some bifocals because I won the race. That's my story.
That's it?
Everybody on the inside of the track said I won. People up there, I think they need new prescriptions. But, that's just Tony's a great guy. Helps all the time on the car when I need it. He wouldn't move. He's a catfish. There was nothing up top for me.
Okay.
I couldn't make it work, so the rule was if you got to have one tire on the track. Like I thought I kept one tire on the track. He wasn't moving. I was forcing him to move. It was fun. I mean, we didn't tear anything up. I let him have the win, I guess, since I didn't want him to quit. It was fun. you don't get to see races like that very often where sparks are flying and turning each other sideways without tearing stuff up.
I got to tell you another deal about
Uh-oh.
Tony
Now
and
what?
Tommy. At the banquet prior to last season, if I remember right, I heard you guys going at it saying, I remember Tony telling me that every time you guys were on the same racetrack together, he was going to beat you. Did that happen?
No. His memory fades with his age and his hairline. You know,
Oh, my God.
he's just going to have to get one of them little handicap to hang on his visor so everybody can move out of the way for him.
It's pretty cool that you guys can go out there and race together and talk smack on each other and have fun.
What's the stuffed animal in the race car? What is that, or what was it, or is it still there?
I don't even know what I had.
You don't remember?
No. What I have.
I can't remember. I thought it was a little tiger or something like that. I can't remember. It's taped to the roll cage.
I don't remember it. I've had a little brain injury since then, I think.
Yeah.
Man, most of the time I can't remember a race. I have to go back and watch the film. So I know, I get in the zone.
You have a favorite track anywhere?
Here.
Really?
Hammer Down. Minneapolis when it was open. Hammer Down. It was pretty forgiving for me.
He's stuck on those tacky, heavy
Yeah.
tracks, isn't he?
Do you have any goals? Do you set any goals before the season starts?
Yeah, one, don't tear up the car. That don't last a whole lot. Maybe a track championship. That's what I'd like. Dad had about 50 of them hanging on his wall. At least I have one.
You want one, don't you?
Yeah.
Look, Dad, I can do it too.
Yeah.
close did you come? Where did you finish with it?
Oh, fifth, but I think the second year I got third, by 2 points because Rick and Fuller dropped out or got in a wreck or whatever. But I haven't been close since then.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't have a great season last year, or did you miss a few races?
Oh.
Did you? I thought you tore one up pretty bad.
I did. I hit the wall. I made a wrong decision. I got hooked on, Kelly Pill, and on my brains I was sitting on it. I thought by the end of the straightaway we'd come unhooked, so I just kept her hammer to the floor, and he lifted a little sooner than I liked, and we went around in the wall. Got to wait on it, I guess. Have a little more patience.
It's tough to learn patience. Some of us are still trying.
Were you after that? Did you borrow somebody's car, or you finished out the year with somebody else's car? Did you?
Yeah, a couple nights I borrowed Al Edmonds. He lives over there in Russell. He let me use his car a couple nights. He's like 6'4", so I had 2 pillows in the seat. And then I'd leave the belts a little loose to scoot up. Car handled nothing like mine. I couldn't make it turn. It was nice. He drove from Russell up here so I could use it, try to stay in points, but I just couldn't hack it in that thing.
Got yours back out then, did you?
Yeah, after it got fixed, got back out. When you think it's go time, somebody comes down, or that's my excuse, they come down.
They come down?
Yeah, that T1X,
Yeah,
you gotta watch him.
he comes down?
Yeah.
Is it the T1X or the X1T?
There's a few other numbers out there that I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings tonight, so we'll just blame it on McBride here.
Yeah, Billy, don't hate me when you leave, all right?
It's all right. I'll never forget the first night I raced against him at Salina. I started right behind him, and I went to the high side because I was at the back. And nobody was next to me, so I went to the top. Someone spins him out, and he's coming yelling at me. I'm like, I drove by you on the top. I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, well, they said you hit me. I was like, wasn't me.
They said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I seen you get turned around, but I didn't see who it was. And he's like, oh.
His heat race, first lap.
Heat race, first lap of the heat race.
lap.
You spun him out in the first
No,
lap.
it
I
was
never did touch him, man. It's just
I found out who it was. He's from over by Topeka.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, probably some
Did you-
Brian Stitch relation.
Brian Stitch relation.
Yeah,
Did
he
you go
drives
talk
about
to
the
him?
same,
Did you go?
Yeah. Yeah. Hits everything but the pace truck,
Yeah, okay. I've raced against guys like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're in trouble tonight.
Oh, probably.
I don't need any more problems. All right. We talked about that before the show.
Just get in the gym.
Yeah.
Get in there.
I'm almost 40 pounds lighter. 38.
No, he
38.
needs a front bumper. Just push your way through.
I'm going to go look at a race car tomorrow night.
I got a hobby for sale.
Oh,
Sitting
no.
in the garage.
Oh, no. What do you want for your hobby? By the way, you might as well put it out there. Do you really have one for sale?
No.
Okay.
No.
See? Well, then let
I
me
put
drive
too
it.
Much time in it. Yeah, right.
I bet I could fit.
That's what Dad thought too. I got out, I was pouting one night, got out of the car, and he got in there and he drove it in. The seats, it was right here on his back. He's sitting up there like Miss Daisy.
You know, your dad used to like to listen to the Fat Man Stomp before he'd go racing.
yeah.
What do you have? Do you have anything you want to hear? Or does it matter?
Oh, just something I can dance to.
Can you dance?
Every now and then.
Can't race. Let's go dance.
That's right. I got to be good at something.
Bobby, I'm sure you got a question or two.
I was just going to ask Tommy. You know, you was talking about putting a new body and stuff on the car this year. Doing it all yourself, or you got some guys helping you, or what's going on there?
Oh, I got some help. Tony Sawtower, he come over. Nate Munhall, Nate Janest. About
Munhall comes over and helps you?
yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
I tried to call him to go to Lonnie Smith's funeral with me, and he wouldn't even answer his damn phone.
He's mean on the rivet gun.
Is he?
Yeah, he does.
Well, there's
pretty
about a
good.
bazillion rivets that need to go into that thing back there.
Well, he come over. He's got one coming from Brandon. Big Johnson coming too, so he needs credit hours built up.
Does he? He needs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My dad come down and helped.
I haven't.
He had to put some knowledge in the car.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. He tell you were doing it wrong?
Oh yeah. I told him it was right, and he's like, "We'll see." Mom and Dad both come down. Mom just laughs. Dad points fingers.
Billy, what about you? What'd you do to your car this year?
Well, we're getting ready to put a new front stub on it. I was just going to try to straighten the frame horns, but it's a little mangled up more than I thought it was.
What happened there? Did you run into Tommy?
Well, probably once or twice, but
How old is that car anyway?
we think it's an 08 or an 07. We're not for sure.
Okay.
It's an old one. And
It's just iron. It don't know.
Yeah, it's been through a lot of races, though. Cheeseburger used to drive that thing 3 nights a week when he first got
Yeah.
it. So, it's been through some wars for sure.
So you're going to clip the front end?
We're going to put a front clip on it and then a new body. I had to do something. I should have probably left the old one on there because it's kind of an advantage. It'd be like, how did I hit you? Look at all these dents. Where did I hit you at?
You have to walk around the car, see if you got any Tommy's
I
paint
had
on
so
yours.
many different colors of paint on it. I was like, I don't think I hit you. It's really,
Did it?
Yeah, I didn't go fast enough.
Okay.
probably really the only one that I ever got together was seemed like every time me and Kelly Pill got next to each other, we were
Oh,
like
God.
magnets.
I know you guys are like magnets. Yeah,
We'd
here's-
like bounce off each other. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
So
Oh,
it'll
well.
have a new body.
Stuff
on it,
happens.
but we're gonna put a new body on it, but we're still gonna leave it. I'm gonna paint it back like it was, just for a deal for Bill. Just kind of keep some nostalgia out of it.
That'd be
Where do you
cool.
work on it at?
I work on it over here on Woodland Street at one of our shops for where I work at. So
Okay.
we got it and another secret weapon in there.
Another secret weapon? What
Yeah.
would that be?
And it's not my car; it's somebody else's hobby stock. New guy of the class, but I think he'll be all right. He drove my car at the 2-day show, and I think he'll be all right. As long as he don't turn it sideways coming down the floor, take the green flag.
Yep. What's his number going to be?
I would imagine probably 57.
57?
I would imagine.
Okay. Do you know who that is?
I do now.
Okay, me too.
I didn't know where the car ended up.
Yeah, I
but
was wondering what he did with
I
it.
know who you're talking about now. Do you see the class growing at all?
I think it will. I've heard there's a lot of guys that weren't there last year that had been there in previous years that got their cars back together, and then I've heard of some new guys. So I think we got a possibility to have over 25 cars every week.
For a while, yeah.
That'd be good. More people for you to run into.
No.
We don't need any more of those.
Nope.
So you're going to have a new body on yours. You're going to have a new body on yours.
Mm-hmm.
Same paint scheme, though?
Yeah, mine will be the same.
Okay. And it's a tribute to Bill?
Yep.
Okay. Did you pick up any sponsors over the off season, either one of you?
Just the same ones.
Same ones?
Yep.
Excuse me.
I picked up some new ones. It'll be mainly ones that I had previously when I owned my car before. I know Midwest Spray Foaming is supposed to be on there, and Wish On Heating and Air, and I'm working on a bail bondsman out of Topeka.
Oh, really?
Being a tight ass.
Do we know who he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, everybody knows who he is. He can be a real character sometimes, but he's pretty overall nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's got Salina Speedway open and running. That's the most important thing, so we can go race somewhere.
That he does.
Yep.
And I appreciate that from
Yep.
him.
We do too. Gives us a place to go race, so that's for sure. Bobby?
You know, we're going to be running the IMCA stock cars again this year. He's going to be trying to get that going. You guys have any plans of maybe moving up into that class?
I drove 3 races and I hated it.
Really?
Why?
Just because I tried to run that was the first year they came out with that 350 motor with the 500 carburetor, and I just couldn't get it to go good. Really, it was just, I don't know.
What about you, Tommy? Any desire to move up?
I don't know. Possibly. Maybe try a stock car. I'd like to try a Mod Light,
Ooh,
I like
we got a
that
picture of one of
one,
those out front too.
but maybe a stock car. I don't.
Uh-oh.
I'm not for sure.
Oh, might have some technical difficulties, but we'll keep going. We'll see what's happening here. What engine do you have in yours? You told me crate engine, right? What about yours? Is yours going to make it with the seals next year? Or does it
Yeah.
not? You have seals on yours?
Yeah.
Where'd you pick that up at?
Through Tommy Henderson.
To Tommy?
Yeah.
You guys, where'd you get yours at? Yours is old.
Mine was actually got from Friesen Chevrolet in
I
Nebraska.
got that one for Bill.
No, that was the newer one.
That was the newer one?
Yep.
Okay, so he's had a
This
couple
is-
of them?
This is the original one. He's had 3 of them.
Okay.
This is the original one. They drove up to Friesen Chevrolet and picked it up on a Saturday. So
Yeah. Okay. I did go up there and pick up one for Bill, and I picked up one for a couple other guys, and I was helping Salina Speedway up. So Friesen Chevrolet was pretty decent to work with about getting those engines out to us.
the one you probably went and got was the one in the car that he totaled 2 years ago
Okay.
because it had seals on it.
Did it hurt the engine?
No, he sold it to some sport mod driver. He's still running it.
Still running it? Don't want to try a sport mod or anything like that, Tommy?
There's no squirrels in that class. I don't need to be another one. I just be a statistic in there. You know, I don't have enough.
I appreciate your honesty. You know that?
Man.
Yeah, I just see a statistic in there.
You
Okay,
know,
that
I'm
works.
surprised in that class there's not an aloe vera tissue sponsor in that class. You know, them noses and them eyes got to be itchy and watery by the time they get done. I thought we were bad. But man, I don't. Stay home, play PlayStation if you want to cry about it, I guess. You can always hit restart there.
That's right. So obviously you've had somebody come get in your face at the end of a race, haven't you?
Oh, a time or two.
How do you deal with it?
Dad says not very smart.
Dad says not very smart.
I don't.
Don't want to elaborate on that any?
Man, I just.
You're a big boy. I mean, come on. You obviously work out somewhere or something.
Well, yeah. Mouth like mine, you gotta do something. You can't just.
You got to back
do
it up.
sticks, Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe that's what I've been doing wrong. I haven't hit the gym enough.
That's all it takes. You got to be in shape. You never know who's gonna show up at your door.
It don't matter to me. You know what I mean? I am not Billy Badass. I used to be, but I am not. I'm an old man these days.
I'm not either.
Bull.
I just don't. I guess I just don't have much patience.
Patience. We talked about
Tolerate
patience.
a lot. You know, if I think you're in the wrong, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay, fair enough.
But I do apologize when I was wrong.
He did. He apologized to you.
He apologized. He's like, man, I did get the wrong car. Came to. I was like, I told you I didn't hit you.
You know that happens more than you think.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times I don't go to people's trailer unless I know exactly who it was, because I don't want to accuse the wrong person, because that's the worst.
Ever used your car up on somebody?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I'll do it again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have no shame in that.
Really?
No.
Get out of my way.
Well, if you're gonna drive, depends how you drive me. You know, there's a guy in particular that he drives here all the time. Drive down low in the mud, drive you in your door, and it's not you. And
He clarified that for you, Billy.
and then you go say something to him, and all he says, "Oh, it's a muddy POS track." Well, you've been racing. I mean, you're a I don't know what you would say, and be nice about it. He's never gonna move out of a hobby. You know, he can't. He's talentless everywhere else, but
He just obviously he's never learned that you can't go to the bottom of the track, especially in the heat race at Salina, because
It's
will
going to be
not
muddy.
work.
It's not going to go anywhere. It's
Yeah.
going to be muddy.
But he does it all the time. And then he says, "I never felt guilty enough to apologize." So neither will I when he's sitting on his lid on the backstretch, I guess. You know? It won't come to that, but I don't know. If I'm wrong, you know, and I tear something up, I'm over there offering any parts, fix it. You know, I'll get your car fixed before I get mine fixed. Unless you're mad at me and tell me to leave, you know.
Have you done that before?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, I offered to go over and help Kelly Pill one night. I thought I got into him, but he's so nice of a guy. He won't do nothing. Tony Slaughtower, I tore him up one night. You know, that old people driving,
Old
get in
people?
your way. Yeah.
Who's that?
Slaughtower.
He's old people?
Yeah. He's almost 60 and still in the hobby.
He's almost 60 and still in the
I
hobby.
mean, come on.
Wait a minute. I know somebody that's almost 60 and still in the hobby.
There's probably a couple of them. That might be me. So I
Old
gotta watch
people?
it.
Oh, my God. Old people. Bobby, it's your turn.
I guess I should have had Tony come too.
Yeah, this would have been more fun.
He can defend himself.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Wouldn't have worked. You know, at that old age, he'd forget what
that
he was going to say before it came out.
It's a good thing you guys are friends, Bobby. You better get on the phone to Tony. You better be calling him before the show's over.
Do it.
Oh, you're gonna tag him on Facebook? Our producer's gonna tag him on Facebook right now so we can watch it. Great. Here we go.
He's probably napping. You
Well,
know?
it's probably his bedtime,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I bet so.
With any luck, he'll be doing statistics at a basketball game or something.
No, they're out of town. Let's see. I don't know if he travels out of town with them or not.
If you're out of luck, then he can get on there and watch.
I have been going to the gym, and he is there in the morning, so I'm sure one of us is going to get an earful.
You know what he does, though?
What?
We've seen if that Rogaine works. He gets real close in there and then tries to see if he can get a comb over. He ain't in there lifting. We know better than that. Come on. He still wears a medium T-shirt.
Oh my God. Do what? Oh, he'll okay. You've tagged him so he can see the replay later on. And where's this going to be at, Maestro? Where can people find this? RaceTalkKansas.com, and it will be archived there so they can go and look at it anytime. Click on live chat. And are all the shows there? They're not yet. But you're going to put all of them on there, right? Is that a promise? Okay. Is that going to be tonight? When will that be? Before the next show, which is in 2 weeks, right? Okay. Which will be right before Daytona 500. What do you think, Bob?
It'll be
Yeah, it's 2
It will
weeks.
be.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be the week of the Daytona
Yep.
500.
okay. What?
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
I'm thinking you better get on the phone to Tony.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
He's got his what? Oh, my God. Oh.
That's pretty cool that you guys can have, that much fun together and still go out and race each other clean and, or somewhat clean most of the time.
Most of the time. But, like I said, we tear something up, he'll come over and help me, or I'll go over there and help fix his. Now his car, that thing's too heavy. I don't even know what I'd start bringing over there.
It's too heavy?
Yeah, I don't know what I'd start.
Whose
It's
car
probably
is?
the heaviest hobby stock in the class. I'd almost guarantee that.
Yours is?
3,400, easy.
35.
See,
60,
What's yours
something
weigh?
like that.
it's supposed to weigh 2,750. Whether it does or not, I don't know.
But you're weighing how much?
35, 60.
Holy cow.
Well, it's old.
You should get hit by it. You see stars. I mean, you get on the gun or get out of the way.
Would you quit beating on him for God's sakes?
Well, the bad thing, it's that bumper. But
It's
they
the-
don't have
it's
to
the
worry
bumper?
about that. It's gone.
GW hit me with that a few times at Hayes, and I got on the wood. I got out of the way. You couldn't catch me after that.
Changed your driving style, didn't you?
Yeah, Dad said I was sandbagging until I seen that orange fender, and that might have been. But I just knew if I wasn't going to move, he was going to move me.
And he will.
He will.
He's got a motto: if the hood will fit, fenders will follow. So he'll
Yeah.
get through there one way or another. I don't know what he's going to do now. He don't have fenders, so he's got to do something different than the hood.
He's going to a sport mod, right?
Yeah, he's joining the squirrel ranks.
What do you think about him in a sport mod?
He's drove them before. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, he's had success in one before. When things have changed so much. It's just whether they can stay on top of everything.
Sure.
After his last summer, he's got to have used up all of his bad luck, I think.
I would hope. I mean,
You would think.
he definitely had a bad summer, that's for sure.
Either one of you made the Boone trip yet?
When my dad went, I went and watched, but other than that, no.
You want to go?
Probably. It just, man, I can't keep the pocketbook thick enough during the season. I can't stay out of enough trouble.
What about you, Billy?
I've never been up there. I want to go sometime.
Have you been to watch?
Never been to watch.
You got to at least
It's
do
one
that.
place I've never been to watch yet so far. I mean, I've been to a lot of tracks, and that's one I haven't.
I'm hoping to hit there again this year. Things are
But
looking
I-
a little different for me, so I
I
may
don't
head
know
that
that
way.
I can go just to watch. I'd probably have to take my car with me.
You know, it is pretty handy though with Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day. Which is it? I get them mixed
Labor
up. Labor Day, sorry. So you get that Monday off, and then you got the hobbies race Monday and Tuesday. So
Yeah, my boss is pretty forgiving, so I could probably get the whole week off. So but it just depends on whether we're busy or not, really. It's the biggest thing.
Are you busy now?
We are real busy.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. What about you? You busy too?
Yeah.
You guys don't work together, do you?
No.
Just checking.
I couldn't stand him bossing me around. I just say wait till Friday night, buddy.
We'll see how this works.
That's right.
Tommy, where'd you go to school to learn your profession?
Actually, right out of high school, I went to my uncle had his own shop down in Wichita, and I went down there and he taught me on the job.
And what do you do again? You told us, but
Electrician.
Electrician.
Same
Who do you
thing.
work for?
Pesting it right now.
You work for Pastor? That's right. Okay. And you work for
I work for
Accurate, Ron? Yep.
I've been there forever, it seems like.
You actually did a lot of the electrical work at the racetrack too.
I've pretty much done everything that's been done out there. I mean, Tommy's helped me some, getting pipes and stuff in the ground, but for the most part, I kind of volunteered to be laid off one winter and redid the racetrack. So, but
We appreciate that, by the
Yeah,
way.
we like the lights.
I
and
wouldn't
stuff.
have, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't love racing so much.
I know. We appreciate the lights and the electricity and how it all works, and nothing
I won't
goes
take
out.
credit for putting very many of the lights up because I made Thad do them.
You made that do 'em.
Not that I didn't want to go up in the bucket truck 65 feet in the air. I just said you can go up there and put all them on. I don't want to stand up there in that bucket all day long.
Did you go wire them up, or did he do that?
A lot of them I had wired up. He just put them on and I'd go up and wire them up. And I did that because I'd went back to work. So I was like, I just need someone to help me get these to where all I got to do is terminate them. So
And I happened to be out there one night. You'd laid all that stuff underground and stuff, and run the wires through the infield and stuff. And I happened to be out there one night when somebody was
ran the
But-
trencher through it.
Was it the trencher or the? No, it was. Was it the trencher or was it the pole, the digger? Weren't they putting the?
It was a trencher.
Was it the trencher? Sucked up all your lines
Yeah, I
and
was
stuff.
like- Tommy just called me, what are we going to do to fix this? I said, well, you're going to have to get some new pipe and some more wire. He's like, any way else we can fix it? I said, yeah, get some junction boxes that you can put in ground, and we got it all fixed up. They were trying to get the water line trenched back over by the scales.
Yeah.
That's how they did it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there that night, and I saw that wire come up, and I was like, uh-oh.
So probably
Yeah,
the worst part was because when they did that, it ripped all the breakers out of the panel. But luckily, it didn't hurt the panel, but every breaker was bad.
Every breaker was toasted, yeah.
Which is better than the panel being messed up. So,
Well, it's just one of those things.
yeah, it happens.
Got about 5 minutes left, guys, so you guys have this time to, anybody you want to thank or anything like that? Girlfriend, mom, sponsors.
Oh, I really want to thank Barb and Bill Wolford for what they did for me last summer, let me drive their car, and it was truly an honor to be able to drive for them. And then thank Cheeseburger for conning Bill into letting me drive it, because he just calls me one day and says, hey, you want to drive a car? And I said, I don't care. So he's like, well, Bill said you could drive it. And then I want to thank my girlfriend Tina and my mom, sister, and all the other people that help me and support me with my racing.
I like mom, dad, Brian LaRiviera. You know, he helps me out with some knowledge.
Brian's a good guy.
Yep. He probably gets tired of me pestering him now and then. But I'm the type, I want to know and I want to know now. So if Dad don't answer, I ask Brian. If Brian don't answer, then I ask Dad. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know.
He just get burnt out, you think, or
Family, you know, just new.
new
Priorities.
yeah. It's it's racing is guys, and you don't need me to tell you this, but racing, you race on a Friday night here at Salina Speedway. You're there for a few hours, but nobody sees the hours and the time that you spend in the shop to get that thing to the track, and that's the hard part on the family.
Yeah, I better thank the girlfriend for that. She's been pretty understanding. She's not much a big fan of racing.
Really?
No.
And she lets you do it still?
Yeah, she's getting better at it. She just, I don't think, realized the time that you got to put in.
Sure.
K&K Diesel out of Manchester, Oklahoma. Sherwin-Williams, my Payne, Farmers and Ranchers Cafe. Really, without her, that car would just be sitting in the garage and be a beer can holder.
Different paint scheme this year. Same.
Purple and gold, like a 24 karat gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Wild stripes and.
No, it's pretty plain for me. But Justin Kinderconnect made a wrap for me. He's gonna half wrap it, so it'll be different.
Okay.
You haven't seen one out there. It's not extreme yet, but it'll get there as I get better.
All right, you gonna get to the front this year?
Always.
Okay.
I mean, I have no doubt in my mind here. Get me out of town, I don't know. Eagle, I think I can do all right up there.
Okay. All right. Billy, any other thoughts?
No.
Okay. Bobby?
I just got one. You guys were bagging on the sport mod class, but got one for sale, by the way. It's a 2013 first class chassis. It was driven by Curtis Peel in the 2013 season and won the Kansas State points. And so Kendall's got that for sale. You can buy it turnkey or as a roller, or he'll sell it, however anybody wants to buy it. I mean, he's trying to sell it. So anybody looking for a good car, we got it. You can get a hold of me or Kendall Peel. So
send us a
About
message
all I
on
got.
RaceTalk Live or whatever. Send somebody a message, and we'll get it to Bobby and get you a number, and he'll get you called back.
Yep.
All right. Gentlemen, you've done a great job tonight. I was glad,
Thanks a
to
lot.
have you both aboard. Thank you very much. Billy, glad to have you here with us.
Hey, just
Thanks.
when we leave, just follow me.
That's
Well, we'll try to get around you sometime this year. I think I lapped him when he drove that car he borrowed.
Did you lap him? Did you lap him that night?
I was
I
like,
think he waved once. I mean, he's like,
when he was in
He was
that
nice
car, I was
about it.
like, man, he's probably hating his life right now.
I just didn't want to wreck it. It wasn't my car. Uncomfortable. And I didn't.
The pillows must have been in the way.
A little bit. You know, I didn't know whether to take a nap or start driving. I mean, I had enough time to take pictures while I was driving.
Oh my God. Guys, good luck this season. We'll keep an eye on you. When we get to the radio as part of our program, we'll try to have you guys back on that a little later on. You've both been involved in racing. At least, Billy, you've been involved in racing a long time. I know your dad's been around it for forever. It's good to see you behind the wheel of a car, and good luck this season.
And got a big special thanks to Dave Shiveria for coming out and setting all the equipment up and doing all this for us. So thanks, David.
He got here early tonight.
I know. He
Brought
was
the
on
camera
ball
with him.
tonight.
Do you believe that? The camera
good.
came the first trip. He didn't have to go get it. Yeah. He forgot. He got all the way here and forgot the camera. And we were like, "Oh, what are we going to do now?" So we were
Yep.
late getting on.
Nope, does a fine job.
We need to find some sponsors, guys. I know all of you are looking for sponsors for your stuff, but we need a little sponsor for this thing so we can get Dave paid for what he does. I don't care about me. You know, I do want to thank Mike Hill. He dropped us off some adult beverages and he made the banner and stuff for us. We need somebody so we can get Dave taken care of for what he's done with this program. We're going to continue to do it until we get into the part of our show when we get on the air and kind of see what happens, and maybe we can make this thing grow. It's a lot of fun to do it. We're not looking for a whole lot of sponsorship, just enough to get Dave covered for some of his expenses would be real nice. So, you know, I know you had Brandon Blocklinger scheduled. You know, you might make a few phone calls tonight. Somebody's better call Tony and start apologizing.
Yeah. No, we had talked to Brandon about coming, and then he took off and went on a cruise or something. So,
Yeah, he's back now.
yeah,
But,
so that didn't work. So, we'll get him down here.
guys, thanks a lot for taking time out of your Tuesday night. Come over here with us. Greatly appreciate it. You're a great guest. Again, good luck this season. For Bobby Potts, Bill Grid saying so long from Race Talk Live's Shop Talk. We'll see you here in 2 weeks right here at racetalklivekansas.com.